PM Malami orders DSS to hands off S0WORE'S trial, takes over case file. In the wake of global outcry over increasing rates of human rights abuses in Nigeria, Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami has asked the Department of State Services (DSS) to forward Omoyele S0WORE'S case file to his office. Malami also has directed a speedy conclusion of investigation over the invasion of Federal High Court in Abuja by operatives of DSS to rearrest S0WORE last week, just hours after the agency was forced to release the journalist and activist after being illegally detained for weeks. A statement issued on Friday morning by Malami's Special Assistant on Media and Publicity, Umar Jibrilu Gwandu. The minister was doing this as part of deliberate efforts to probe emerging issues related to the recent imbroglio related to Omoyele S0WORE'S case and for speedy dispensation of justice. Malami forwarded the directive through a letter dated 11 December 2011 and addressed to the Director General of the Department of State Services, National Headquarters, Abuja, the Solicitor General of the Federation, and the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Justice, Dayo Akpata, SAN, who signed the letter, referred to a letter from the DSS office on 9th September 2019. According to the letter, the Honorable Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, upon a further review of the case, has directed the immediate takeover of the prosecution of all charges in respect of Omoyele S0WORE by the Federal Ministry of Justice in line with the provisions of Section 150 of 1 and 174 of 1 A to C of the 1999 Constitution as amended. The letter requested the Director to promptly forward all the case files in respect of Omoyele S0WORE to the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice. So guys, that's just the latest. I don't know if we are made to believe that they have not heard about all of these things all this while. Even the DSS disobedience to court order, because the executive is trying to exonerate itself that is not part of what is happening. Even while some of them are, in another breath, they are supporting the rearrest of Omoyele S0WORE at the end of the day, but they are still trying to tell us that they don't usually give orders in most cases. Are they telling us that the Malami has not been aware, or the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice has, not aware of what has been happening? Because the outcry. Recently, they said, all other countries who are trying to poke nose into Nigeria first, that they should remember that Nigeria is a sovereign country, that they should not, interfere, that they don't care. Like we always say, the truth is always there, but when people have decided that they are going to be following the path of illegality or the path of lies, this is what happens. Things that you are supposed to have done in the first place, at the end of the day, you start doing them even when things have already gone wrong. Like people have been saying, if really these people are really articulated, if they are together, if they know what they are doing, in the first place, all of these things wouldn't have even gotten to where it is today. The protest would have gone ahead, or would have taken place, and nothing would have happened. And just like a normal protest, people will still be talking and complaining, but now they have complicated issues. Some people said, they have even made Omoyele S0WORE beyond what he is, made him an hero. So if really they are not really, if they know what they are doing, it wouldn't have escalated to this, and the embarrassment is already there. I don't know what they need to do now, and they are still trying to justify the rearrest and what happened, and they are all forming ignorance, or as if they don't know what happened at the court. Why the DSS has already apologized to the judge for what happened, but they are still standing. We have a lot of people from the presidency making statements at different times, saying different things, but they all know that the truth is just glaring for them. Now that the Attorney General wants to take over the case, I don't know what happened. Take the case, is the case that is in the court already. I don't know how all of these things, how it works, because based on what? Because he was rearrested. Issa Saga said, let the DSS explain why this guy was rearrested. Even when they try to make some reasons to that, okay, because he violated whatever. That even if he violated, the lawyers have come out and say, even if he violated the bail condition, there are processes, there are ways to go about it. There are ways to go about it. Why can't you go about it? Why didn't you go about it? Are you supposed to even rearrest him, in the court premises, which is not supposed to be? They have muddled everything up. They've really muddled everything up. And at the end of the day, it is embarrassment they are getting. The embarrassment they are getting. The lawyer of S0WORE'S said the government is not even ready for trial in the first place. And that has been my question, that if really you have a case against this man, why all of this disruption? If you have case against him, take him to court. Let the court decide what happens at the end of the day. But because they just want to keep him there. And the whole thing we all know is that they don't want anybody to speak against them. Not speaking against them, telling them their own mistakes about governance in this country. That is just all they are trying to do. And for them to start to trying to do all of these things, and it has really embarrassed them. They've muddled up everything up. The embarrassment is just not even within Nigeria. It's all over the place. After they come and tell you, oh, it is the media that is bringing all of these things. Oh, they want to try to regulate social media. Even the Aisha Buhari, who is crying here and there, talking about or supporting the social media regulations. Every little thing, she will bring her problem, her family affairs, because they say it's a family affair. She will bring it on social media. By the time people start picking on it, start to help you to expand it, you start talking, oh, somebody will just sit down in his corner, at the corner of his house, and be saying somebody has resigned, somebody has not resigned. Making up all these cock and bull stories. So, gurus in the house, I don't know what you think about the AGF taking over the case from DSS. How do they want to go about it? Because they will start to quote law. I don't know whether if the law is different from what is being written or written in the constitution. There's a case that is ongoing. Why can't you tell these people to release this man? Because they are detaining him illegally. Why can't you tell him you want to take over the case? Then what happens to the case in court? What happens? Who is going? Where are they going to start from? I don't know what they are doing. And they are telling us they don't know anything about this whole thing. Is the AGF and the whatever, are they not part of the presidency? Because it's the Minister of Justice. Are they not part of the presidency? Don't they know what has been happening? He wants to take over the case. God will really help them. Honestly, that's my own opinion. And someone says, S0WORE crossed the red line and he must pay for it. A butterfly who thinks it's a bird. That's what somebody is saying here. And somebody say, you have to keep quiet. Even the United States that most FB rats are shouting about will not tolerate any citizen planning revolution and change of government in their country. Someone say this one Autundu. Then what is the meaning of what you guys are talking about? They are replying to all of those who are saying S0WORE has crossed the red line. If S0WORE has crossed the red line, then why is the US coming up? Because even in the US statement, they never even made mention of revolution in the first place, because they know that it does not hold water. Those allegations do not hold water. Are they not the one making statements? Because people are talking that even in the United States, they will not take. So does it mean they didn't know about a revolution? Because they are not. What they are talking about is that the guy is, demanding for good governance. That is what he's demanding for, and that is why, and that is his offense. Those are the things that those people are talking about. But these Buhari supporters, they will always be arguing from the opposite, from the opposite side, from where, you just be wondering, what is wrong with these people? Someone say none of these people's statement is reliable. They are just playing game with the intelligence of Nigerians. I'm still saying it. DSS boss acted on instructions from above. Our problem is the president, presidency, and APC as a party. Someone say you are there since so, like you are not seeing it till now. That is the question. As if they don't know what has been happening. Let us even give them the benefits of the doubt. Then what are they going to do now that they want to handle the case? I don't know whether it is in their jurisdiction to handle this case, because the case is already in the court, because it would have come to them in the first place. I don't know whether they want to take over the work of the DSS, or they want to take over the work of the judge. I don't know. That is why, if you know much about this, please explain to us, because I don't know how we do things in this country. Someone says, what can we do when police uses a gun and collect 15 naira from people, proudly say it's legal, but the law said it's forcefully collect money with gun is armed robbery, and yet this happen every day and no one talks? Malami, this is an afterthought. Where have you been since? It's just because the government is beginning to see the handwriting on the wall. People are watching and waiting for your next move. This man, S0WORE, should be released, considering what PMB said against Goodluck Ebele Jonathan in 2011. So another one says, it is not enough. Sack the DSS boss if you are serious. You think you can destabilize and go free? No way. It is well with Nigeria. Someone said the whole world knows now that this is a clannish government, to say the least. Where was Malami all these days? It is not hururu until we hear from the presidency that told us that the issue is between S0WORE and the DSS, to tell us why the narrative changed. Will someone tell both Garba Shehu and Femi Adesina that we are waiting for their moonlight story as usual? The regime have no credibility, hence nothing to lose. The Nigerian bar should know by now that Malami is more than a disaster to the noble profession and should be adequately sanctioned to prove to us that the body is actually in existence and active. Someone say, awesome, it is high time they restored some sanity. We are still watching. What a local format. They knew the world is watching. Anyhow, we dey wait for inconclusive outcome. That's what somebody saying. Someone say kangaroo justice. All is propaganda, but the world is watching. The world is watching. Let's see what will happen at the end of the day. So guys, what do you think about this new developments? Leave your comments below in the comment section. Thank you very much. Bye.